Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talking Shit. I'm DeAndre. Commentary edition in my apartment here. Uh, I want to start off. I've been getting some tweet traffic in regards to some comments that I made in regards to the situation in Ferguson. We got some black people that are conservative people. They are Republicans. They are basically attacking me on Twitter, saying that, black people should get over the fact that they were enslaved over 150 years ago. Black people cannot continue to use the race card. That racism is not an issue in this country, even though we're discussing it. So that's what makes it an issue. And I think that Israel is always referring to the persecution of itself to establish part of its identity and what they've been through. The American Indians have always been treated like shit in this country for the most part, and they too went through certain scrutiny. The Asian population in the 40s were treated deplorably. Like animals when they were put and sent to internment camps. Everybody who is anybody knows somebody who has been abused by somebody else in the long run in regards to cultural and sociological theater on this planet. I mean, we have, as a society, sort of ducked and dodged the inevitability of somebody wanting to be over somebody else to the point where there's been some bullshit involved. And now they've released these tapes. The news media has released these tapes of seeing the officer who murdered Michael Brown walking around, going to the hospital, getting lawyered up within, 24 hours. They got the tapes, and they're a little bit more organized than Trayvon Martin's killer. I mean, his team obviously has learned from that with the prosecutorial assistance. I think the prosecutor is assisting them with what they need to do and how they're going to present it, because the way that this is all working out is that they are going to let this man go. He will not be indicted. A lot of rioting will be incited. I'm not trying to advocate it. I stay neutral on it. I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised, and nobody else is, even the critics of the response. People in that town are in for a little treat. When you're going to have this motherfucker, who they all know is a racist, who's friends with the police. There wasn't a decent amount of protest in regards to this man even handling the case that they're going to see if they're going to bring about charges. The radio transmissions and all of this stuff and the evidence that the grand jury, they acting like these grand jurors are professionals. These common citizens are taking the time period of professional people, it seems, to kind of go over all this stuff, and they will rationalize letting this man go. And I predict two things, because I want to back up myself so I can feel as right as these GOP sons of bitches that are bugging. See, I try to be neutral. I've tried to criticize the president in the last several months. These people ain't even looking at all the videos. They don't look at my videos. All they do is look at one and respond to it, and they troll into my life when they're not even giving it a whole examination. We looking at the whole thing. Why is everybody afraid to talk as though we live in one world? Just compartmentalizing things to the point where they act like one thing is existing on that side of the universe and nothing. This is all one thing. And everybody want to try to act like it's different, but then try to act like there's no separatism. That doesn't make sense. People are paying attention. You conservative people, don't get too cocky, okay? We still got to work together, which is something that you guys haven't wanted to do. Now they're fucking with the immigration situation. Apparently, Barack Obama has decided that he is going to do an executive order in regards to immigration. And the Republican Party is not moving fast enough. So he's saying that he will go ahead and move on his own. And they're going to fight him out. You know, lead Republicans are talking about shutting down the government. Why does that sound familiar? Because that's all these little punk-ass motherfuckers can do when they don't want to do no work. And they can continue to get paid. I say if the Republicans are so down with being patriotic, and they are so down with, you know, filibustering and bullshitting, that during the time in which they shut this government down, then none of them get paid. Don't pay these motherfuckers. We're going to argue about that? Argue about that? Is that Muslim? Is that being a Muslim? Don't pay a motherfucker when they're not working? Don't pay them. They want to shut down the government and shut down their jobs because they're not doing them anyway. And I don't give a fuck if it's a Democrat, a Republican, or independent. If they don't do any work, if they shut down the government, let's not pay their asses. Let's not pay them. Let's not pay them. Let's not pay them. If they're not going to work, don't pay them. If they're not going to work, don't pay them. Hell, we even treat immigrants that way. If the immigrants don't work that all these fuckers are hiring, we don't pay them. If they don't work, they don't get paid. If they shut down the fucking government, don't pay them. I don't care what party they're from. If they close the government, we can't pay them. Don't pay them. Don't pay them. Don't pay them. If they don't work, they don't get paid. If they shut down the fucking government, let's not pay them. We're not going to give them any money. We're not going to send Israel any money either. If they don't work, we can't pay them. Don't pay them. Don't pay them. They are a part of the government. If the government is shut down, how in the fuck can they still be getting paid? They are part of the government, aren't they? Well, if they don't work, they shouldn't get paid. I don't give a fuck what party they're from. If they don't work, they shouldn't get paid. If they don't work, they shouldn't get paid. If they're not working, don't pay them. You know, don't give them any fucking food stamps. You know, don't give them nothing. If they're not working, don't pay them. If they don't work, don't pay them. Now let's see what these GOP sons of bitches have to say about this presentation of talking shit. Thank you.